Well, hello again and welcome to the wonderful world of amateur radio with VK6CS. Now, I was up the club, up the Hills Amateur Radio Club, I don't know, it's probably a month or so ago now, and somebody up there in their car had a rather interesting gadget, and it consisted of a thing that plugs into your cup holder in your car and an adjustable piece on there that you can put, it's actually for mobile phones, so you can actually put, there's this little plate here that clips onto there. Of course it's going to be stubborn because I'm doing it in front of the camera. Focus, there we go, and you can angle that like that. And in fact, this did have a couple of prongs on the bottom here that I cut off with just a couple of little plastic prongs sticking out. This is from J-Car, by the way. It wasn't very expensive. And you also get with it these different side grips here. Different side grips. So that you can slide those in. So you can slide those in either side of this thing. So there's large ones and small ones. They slide into there like that, and they'll hold your phone. So there's one on each side, a couple of prongs at the bottom. You get the picture, I'm sure. Now, what this clever chap had done up the club was look at that and think, well, I like that. I can plug that into my cup holder. I can rotate that into the horizontal position. I can cut those prongs off. Then I can get myself a separation kit for an FT857, which consists of extension leads and one of these things, and either screw it or just use a couple of double-sided sticky things to stick that onto there, and then I can very easily do a temporary installation in my car with my 857. I can plug it into the cigarette lighter. I can plug that into the cup holder, and there's my temporary mobile setup. So I thought, well, let's give it a crack. So I've got one. Now, looking at the back of that, as it's only for a temporary thing, I mean, I could drill it there and there. I just put a screw through each end. But I think because it's only for a temporary thing, I'm going to use sticky back stuff on here and just see how it holds. So I've got a couple of sticky back squares here, and I've been using my Leatherman to cut lemons. It's a bit stiff. There we go. I'll tell you what, if you're, or even if you're not a radio ham, I was going to say if you're a radio ham and you like doing stuff, getting one of these is a must, really. These things are great. I've carried one of these for, I don't know, 20 years probably plus. I've probably lost about half a dozen of them. And don't get the cheap ones, get the real thing. Because if you work out in the bush, they are invaluable. Take my word for it. Okay, so assuming I can peel my sticky squares, I reckon 2 would probably be good enough. I'll put one there, and well, could put 3 on, really, couldn't I? If I was really keen, shall I be really keen? Yeah, let's put 3 on. Because this is going in a 4-wheel drive. I might actually do a video of this, sticking this in the 4-wheel drive. As I say, it's only a temporary thing because we have pull vehicles at work, and it's very quick to install and remove, you know, from one vehicle to another. going for a bit of a drive out in the bush. Okay, so if I take those off, I can't see the viewfinder, I'm afraid, so I can, but I can't see it terribly well, so I'm hoping this is in focus, because this camera's knocking on a bit now. So I've noticed of late that it's getting a little bit, the focus on it can be a little bit iffy. Now I think that's going to go that way around. Doesn't matter because it's rotatable anyway. So okay, let's marry it up. Okay, there we go. That's reasonably straight. So now, that's the thing that holds the 857 head. I can turn that around. There we go. And that can sit in my cup holder. I can angle that up and down and twist it around. So I reckon that's pretty neat. So now then, all we need is a handy 857. And good heavens, look what we have here. Now with the 857, hang on, let's just get the rubbish out of the way. If I remember correctly, with the 857, moving this little catch back here, just above the microphone lead, and then slide the head and it will come off. There we go. And it should slide onto this just as easily. Like that, and then that should just slide onto there. Got to be careful with the buttons on this thing. There's buttons everywhere. It's got to slide, yeah, it has to slide, must slide this way, but it's got to be lined up, of course. There we go. Okay, so there it is. There is the 857 head on the thing you can plug in the cup holder in your car. That's pretty neat, isn't it? So now all I need is the lead, and looking at that, I should have actually plugged the lead in before I should have plugged the lead in before I put the head on there. But that's not a problem because I can just slide the head off. I'll just slide off like that, like it does on the radio. Okay, so I do have the separation kit here. I think this is probably the one that goes from there to there. Trouble is, there's going to be cables everywhere, but still, I reckon it'll be okay. Because I used to just sort of use masking tape to hold the radio to the centre console lid, but of course you can't see the front of the radio when you're driving. That's the problem. It's okay if you're a passenger. Okay, well let's plug that in there, like that. I suppose these are the if all else fails, fish the instructions out of the bin. Yeah. That one will go in there like that. And of course one of these will be for the microphone. Now what I should have done was read the instructions to find out which one was which. Fortunately, I have the instructions here. Yeah, there's only one that fits in that side. Mic extension cable and the controller extension cable. Maybe they are the same. That's a speaker extension cable. So I'm guessing the plug on the microphone is bigger. so that you can't actually muck them up. Yeah, it's going to be bigger. That's the bigger lead there. There's the other lead from the extension kit. Plug that into the microphone socket and find a plug. Like that. Then there'll be a little block thing that will allow me to connect two of those leads together. Also in the extension kit, as I say, there's a speaker lead in there as well. I won't worry about that because I'm still going to have the radio on the center console. But this will allow me to have the radio head, oops, on this thing. Now that cable's going to have to come out of here, I'd say, probably like that. That goes on there. That goes on there like that. It's got to all be, all four of these things have got to be, there's four little pegs on that. That's it. And of course, because I've got the weight of this thing on it, it's pulling it away from the head. So I've got to be able to, there we go. Got to be able to slide it without pressing the bloody buttons. So there we go. So there's the head. There's the head on the gadget. Actually, the radio is connected to a power supply, so I could power it up. Go down to 2 meters. The fan power up there, but you get the gist. So that's I'd say that's working. It's connected to a dummy load at the moment from the video that I did a little while ago. So turn that back down again. There we go. I'll put that on power. Forward. 50 watts. That's saying 50 watts there. I don't know if you can see that on that meter. You probably can't actually, but I'd say that's fine. That's working a treat. So that's a very quick way of getting the radio head on your 857 in a nice convenient position with a minimal cost. Of course, you'll need a separation kit, but I think they come with the separation kit all included these days. And there you go, you're in business with your 857 with your temporary installation in the car. Yeah, it's all working. So so that looks pretty good, I'd say. And all I have to do now is try and remember how to use the 857, because it's a while since I've used it. Oh, that's a VFO memory. Oh, there we go. And then it's I can't remember now how you change the memories. There we go. No. Anyway, you get the picture. That's how it goes. So there we are. Well, I hope you found that interesting. There's only one cable going to the head, by the way. And as you saw, that was a very, very quick thing to do. Just to unclip the head, clip it onto this thing. 3 sticky pads. So you could, if you really wanted to, you could put a screw through at each end. But I mean, that's not going to go anywhere. Hope you found that interesting. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.